Welcome. The collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love. We ask of you to sit and listen. Listen to the vibration, listen to the frequency as it is brought to you. Into the words that are brought to you through your ears, the vibration, the frequency is brought into your heart, into your being, into your space. This frequency is what carries the information, the healing, the understanding that you seek. And so we ask you now to sit in this vibration. It is not by coincidence that you and each and every one of you are present this evening. It is not by coincidence that you have been brought here, that you have been brought to this location. Not the physical location, but the energetic location, the energetic node, the energetic intersection. For it is this evening. For it is the understanding that you see the coincidence of numbers pairing with numbers, as you represent it in your understanding a portal. But it is greater than that. For when you collectively understand an intersection, a point of time in your understanding, when you collectively understand this intersection, it is then when the energetic pathways open. It is represented in your thought stream as a portal. It is represented in your understanding as an energetic gateway to somewhere. But it is not to somewhere. It is to everywhere. It is to every existence that was, every existence that is, and every existence that will be. For when this energetic existence and this energetic intersection take place, each and every one of you are connected collectively. This is the understanding that many of you are seeking. How do you connect with one another energetically without physically being with one another? You have done this. It is taking place. Sit for a moment. Enter into this space. Enter into this understanding that you are at an intersection of energetic opening. Understand that you are energetically connecting with all those that are present this evening. But also understand that you are energetically connected with all those around your planet and beyond it. It is not just you singularly standing at the threshold of this portal, this entryway, this intersection. You are collectively connected together, all of you, all beings, all races, all understandings. For this is your placement. This is what you've been seeking. Take this moment now and sense with every energetic piece of your physical body, every energetic piece of your energetic body, and sense into this understanding. Sense the beings around you. Sense all of them around you. Now understand that this is what you've been seeking. How do you connect with one another? Lock that memory away so you have it as a reference point, so that you may enter into this space yet again when you wish. This is a moment in time for your understanding. This is a moment in time for your teaching. As time progresses upon your planet, these experiences of being dislocated from one another, but yet energetically connected, collectively will grow. This is where change takes place. This is where healing takes place. This is where your knowing is. Many of you have an understanding that you are here for a reason. Many of you have an understanding that you've been brought together for a reason. But what is this reason? What is it that you seek? What is it that brings you together? Is it the curiosity of what is? Or is it something deeper? Is it a knowing? A knowing that lays deep within you. Deeper within you than you understand, but yet it is there. This understanding, this knowing of why one must gather, why one must come together with another. This is the separation that brings you all together. It is the separation. For energetically, the separated pieces cannot survive on their own. The separated energetic pieces must come together. They must coalesce together to become a collective understanding, a collective whole, a collective one. This is what draws you. It formulates as a question: why should I go? Where should I go? Who should I meet? Where is it that I must go? That is the human brain trying to fill in the pieces of what is the deepest part of you, the energetic piece. If you set all the questions aside, lay all the questions at your feet and kick them aside, and allow this deep internal peace. Not a piece of something, but an internal peace. The peace that surrounds you. The peace that quiets you. The peace that fulfills you. The peace that gives you life. It is this peace that will gather you with others. The appropriate people, the appropriate beings, the appropriate energies. It is ever shifting. Do not ever put it in a box. Do not ever contain it into something. Allow it to flow as freely as the water flows in a river. For it is this internal peace. It is this internal peace that guides you. It is the internal peace that brings you together. It is the internal peace will be the collective of change. If there are questions, please ask.
Thank you for your presence this evening. So many of us have been feeling spacey this week, lightheaded, some vertigo, nausea, kind of drunk over the past 24 to 48 hours, presumably due to an energy influx. Can you describe what's been happening energetically recently, please?
For those that are aware, for those that are deeply aware of every nuance of every energetic shift, this is an amplification. For those that have not sensed into this energetic shifting, this is your body fully aligning, attuning, vibrating at a frequency that you've not experienced. Those that understand, those that have experienced this, it affects differently. They feel it settle in. The discomforts are there. The uncomfortable pieces are moving. But for those that have not experienced this, the body itself physically changes. For as the energy is brought in to the body, into the physical body, each cell, each fiber, each piece begins to vibrate. Begins to vibrate at its own frequency. And when they all begin to vibrate at a specific frequency, there's an imbalance, a shift taking place, a point at which they then harmonize. But it is this place in between that you begin to sense the greatest effects. As you say, the nausea, the vertigo. There's a full sensation within the body of it changing. It is best to accept the change. Do not read into the physical body's perception of it, for you have a greater awareness of what is taking place. You have a greater understanding that the energy that is coming into the planet is affecting many things. So do not allow the mind to run into a physical attribute of something. It is best to breathe, to allow, to accept, and to surrender to this change. Even for those that are aware of the physical and energetic changes. The influx of energies are going to grow stronger. The discomforts are going to be there. The imbalances are going to be there. But it is to find that moment of acceptance and quiet and surrender to the understanding that the physical body itself is ever changing. It has from the moment you were born, and it will continue into the moment at which you transition. The stage that you are in at this particular point upon this planet is one of the highest influx of changing energy. The physical body must catch up. The physical body must assimilate to these changes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Samantha, who's with us tonight, feels like the role of our spirit guides is changing. At least that's what she's noticing. Perhaps they're taking on a different role as we move into the fourth and fifth dimension. Is this what she's sensing, or is there something else to that, please?
The role of spirit guides must be understood this way. The spirit guides are assigned, they are placed, they will be with you. There are many that will be with you. They are brought to the front and then they are brought to the back. They are continually rotating in and out of your understanding. But you are quite keen to understand that there is a shift taking place. The role within the spirit guides have not changed. Those will remain constant. But what is changing is the precedent by which they provide you the detailed information. It is more structured. It is more purposeful. There's greater intent to receive. Looked upon them, all guides, as the true teacher that you seek information from. Not just an individual in the spirit realm that wishes to be with you to have a conversation. The conversations will continue, but the precedent by which they stand is more formal. This is purposeful to have an understanding that it is not general information that will be brought forth from these spirit guides. It is now at a point in time at which the spirit guides are there to reveal more, to open the book wider, to pull the curtain back further, to expose you to greater levels of detail. This is purposeful. As the world that you inhabit changes, a greater level of detail is necessary. For those that seek information through you are seeking a higher level of information. So begin the practice with your guides to sit as a student comfortably with them. Call upon them by name. Call upon them by presence. Call upon them as you wish. But humble yourself by them, for them, and with them as a student to all of their knowledge.
Thank you. So were you referring specifically to Samantha to be a student first so that she's more able to help her clients?
This is correct. This is for all those that receive information from their spirit guides. It is not to assimilate as a conversation as it was. It is to sit and learn the highest level of information that is to be provided.
Amazing. Thank you for that. Speaking of spirit guides, Hannah, who's with us, had an orange maternal type of being in her session who didn't step forward in a prominent way during that session. Can you tell us a little bit about who that was and their role in her life, please?
The representation of this spirit guide, this orange glow, is merely the vibrational shield that is carried in front. The spirit guide in question is one that is enveloped in this orange energetic sphere. It is one that is there to propel you further into the quantum. It is there to energetically twist and turn your energetic sense, your energetic piece, your energetic essence, twist and turn to align, to give you the energy to propel you further into the information that you seek. This energetic sphere is one that will envelop you. As you begin to twist and turn, the alignments will take place. You begin to sense the same sphere beginning at your feet. It will then begin to envelop you and surround you. It'll be as if there's an orange mist in front of you. Do not be frightened by it. This is your sphere of transportation. It is to envelop you, not to protect, but envelop you and surround you, to guide you, to give you the love and the understanding that all within the sphere, as you transport yourself, has all been blessed. Understand the divine notion that is involved with this spirit guide. Look upon it more as an angelic presence that envelops you. She is there to protect you. Not the sphere, the angelic presence. She is there to protect you from all that may present itself to you in a manner in which you do not agree. She will provide you the words to speak. She will provide you the sense to stand appropriately. And it is this sphere that she will envelop you in. For it is this, the understanding that is given to you. To lay aside any fear, as she is there alongside you with her guidance.
Wonderful, thank you. And how does she wish to be called, please?
Use the name Mary when you call upon this angelic essence.
Wonderful, thank you so very much. So Chris, who's with us tonight, had an eye reading, and there was a woman that revealed herself in Chris's left eye. What is that woman's significance to Chris, please?
The representation is the mirror effect. What you are witnessing is the image of self, not in this existence. The image of self in a prior existence, a prior life. A prior life upon this planet in which you stood prominently among many. The essence that you witness, this image of self, is one to remind you of the strength by which you stand amongst many and the healing that you brought to those that surrounded you. It was not the healing of a common individual, it was not the healing of a common man. It was the healing of the ancients that you brought into that existence. Each time you witness this mirror, know within self what you bring forward into this existence. The teachings of the ancients. Those that have brought you the information continue to bring you the information, the healing, the understandings for the essence of self in this existence. For as you stood upon many, stood around many, those that gathered around you witnessed miracles. Understand that in this life, the miracles are happening. The miracles are aligning. The gateways are opening. The ancients stand alongside you. It is now time to bring forth this knowledge, to bring forth this understanding, bring forth the healing. Just as many will stand alongside you.
Amazing, thank you for that. So I'd like to ask about Enochian. Maybe Enoch can help us with this. It's a language that was supposedly used by Adam in paradise, and also that Enoch was the last human to know. It's also been called celestial speech, the language of angels, holy language, and the first language of God Christ. Can you explain what this is and if it's still being used today, please?
In the language that you speak of, in this language, an ancient language, an ancient voice, an ancient text, one must understand it has not been left behind. It has changed through time. An angelic language, the first language. It does not matter the name by which you put upon it, it is continuing today. You speak of it as your light language. For what you must understand at the beginning of time, for your representation, for your existence, all was vibration. For what you understand as language, what you hear with your ears, the words that you hear, is not where the understanding is. For each word has a vibration, each letter has a vibration, each sentence has a vibration, each paragraph, book, volumes of books, they all have a vibration. The beginning language. So it is as if the message were to be brought to you. Dakalau Kushada Ganavati Santakuyana Ishaku. Yellow wish it I am an eat a yodo boya. But the Q Shutu Gaya Yatik Tayo Yanakayacha. The words are not important, it is the vibration by which it is brought to you. Understand that each word that has been scripted throughout time has been brought to individuals through vibration. Enochian. Yes, it was an initial language. It was the language that was first brought to your existence. It was vibrational. It is in use today. You speak of it, you use it. But also understand that it has been used in ways that are not appropriate. Just as there has been scriptures and there have been words placed into man's hands, those words and those scriptures have not been used in the appropriate manners. So allow yourself the true essence, the true knowing, the true revelation. That when the ears hear the appropriate words, no matter whether they are in the scriptures or whether they are in the light language or in the Enochian, the essence, the vibration of your individual will know the truth, will know the understanding. That is what you see.
Thank you for that. Why is it that people think that Enochian died with Enoch?
And this is a conceptual understanding that the name is tied to the language. It has not. It is the vibration that continues on. The format by which the information is provided for the ears to hear during that particular period, yes, is in no longer existence, but the vibration carries on. And it is then translated through the voice of the individual that wishes to bring it forward. Just as the information was brought to you, the ears do not understand, but it was still the true vibration from the source, from the beginning, from the initial. That vibration remains the same. It is never changing. It is always pure. It is always present.
Thank you. And is that the same vibration that was called the Word? There was the Word, and the Word was God?
For the understanding of the Word, vibrationally, yes, it is the same. For when you are aligned to the pure understanding, the pure source of vibration, all that is brought through to your lips is then translated from the pure essence. So as to say it, the word brought to man. Yes, that is the true essence. It has then been scripted into your language. And those scripted understandings from source, from God, no matter the name you put upon it, it is all of one pure essence placed upon the paper.
Awesome. Thank you for that clarity. So, can you explain to us why mushrooms sometimes grow in what we call fairy rings? What is the significance of this formation, please?
One must understand the communication by which mushrooms, fungus, fungi, whatever you wish to call it, grow. For it is the most intelligent living thing that is upon your planet. It knows when and where to grow and how to grow. It communicates across the planet in a fraction of what you would understand as your time frame of a second. Globally, it can talk to one another at any particular point. To ask about fairy rings is interesting by the name by which you give it. This is a representation of an energetic pathway, not a portal. This is not an opening to a portal. This is an energetic pathway. There are multiple pathways around your planet, too many to understand. But when a mushroom begins to understand this energetic pathway, it will begin to communicate with all others around it and begin to grow, to signify for those that wish to see it, to understand that there is a significant energetic pathway. So if you wish to stand in the middle of this, as you say, fairy ring, stand in the middle with the understanding that you are in an energetic pathway. There is energy coming and going from your planet. There is energy and communication coming and going from your planet. Different than a portal. A portal is a place to go from one place to another. This is merely you would understand it as a fiber optic cable of information. You are standing in the pathway of information. Take time to receive whatever you wish to receive of the information that is flowing. Not all of it is going to align with your physical body. Some of it will. Take that on. Project that out. But that is the significance. The intelligence within the mushrooms understand where they are growing, and they want to signify this is where this point of information is.
Awesome. Thank you. So, how should we think about, and what is your perspective on personal finances with humans? Is there an energy of debt and an energy of wealth?
Debt and wealth sit with the words. Vibrationally, what do you sense? For in your existence, there is the balance, though you may not see it that way. The balance of your finance. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot have light without dark, good without bad, sad without joy. You cannot have wealth without debt. It is part of the system in which you inhabit. Energetically, what can you do to either assimilate or disconnect from? It is an alignment that has to take place. An energetic aligning and understanding that, one, to be human in this experience, one must have a financial responsibility, a financial income, a financial output. And in that, you will have wealth and you will have debt. So to have the understanding that you can work within it, the vibration of it, first you must sit with the words. You must sit with wealth and you must sit with debt. And energetically understand where they resonate with you. Then you must understand how you will then incorporate that into your human existence. For it is only the human existence that has the financial responsibilities. This is what you have decided. This is what you decided to do while you were here. This is part of the experience. If you believe that you are in debt, you are in debt. If you believe you are wealthy, you are wealthy. If you find yourself comfortably in the middle of existence with both words, not worrying about debt and not worrying about wealth, and not worrying about who has the wealth and who has the debt, but you have an existence in the middle of all of the understanding that you can maneuver and understand that at some point you can provide someone else some wealth. You can remove some of their debt. For as you do these actions, then whatever wealth or debt you have will be in kind given back to you. Some debt will be removed, some debt will be provided, some wealth will be provided, some wealth will be removed. It is an equal balance of energy, all within the same, but you must understand the construct of how to operate within it. This is purposeful so that one does not live in a full shell of fear of wanting to be fully wealthy or fully debt-free, or worried about and fearful that they have too much debt and not enough wealth. It's the balance in between. This is where it all exists. This is not only just for these two words, but for the true existence of self. It is finding the balance point right in the middle of your existence and understanding that as much as you give out will be received, and as much as you hold back will not be provided for. It is an energy that is all around you. It is your words, it is your actions, it is your being. Do not concern yourself about what the words are. Concern yourself about where you are in the middle of your existence and how you operate within that framework, within that construct. Because again, you all are here for a purpose. You have agreed upon coming to this planet for a reason. You have agreed to take on the existence that you are in for a reason. The quicker you understand the reason that you are here, the easier the balance is in between all of it. And you are not overly focused on one side or the other. And the universe itself can do its divine work for you.
Awesome, thank you. So I'm going to take a hit from Maria, and I'm going to ask if there's a birthday message for me, because my birthday's tomorrow.
It is one to understand that your existence, as you would like to say how many times you've been around your sun, is not purposeful. For it is your existence that has been in place for as long as you understand. You understand that you've had these prior existences, and you understand that there is other existences out there. For it is the existence that you have now, today. It is to enjoy each moment and not be focused upon whether you've been around your sun one more time. Enjoy each breath, each whisper, each sunrise, each sunset, each conversation, each heartbeat. Enjoy each of the small moments that are placed in front of you, as it has been expressed over and over and over. It is the spaces between the space. It is the spaces between the space is where it all exists. And if you can find yourself in that place, then you have a greater understanding of the whole that you exist in. So take each moment to understand that it is not what it is to represent yourself as being 1 year older, but it is to take in and be grateful for the moments that you've had and the moments you will have and all what lies between, because that is the most important.
Thank you for that. I'm very grateful. And I should eat cake too, right, Maria? Is there a closing message before we end this evening, please?
Provide yourself the understanding that you are not alone. You're not alone on this existence. You're not alone at any point of your existence. But you may have forgotten that you're not alone. You may have set that thought aside in the chaos that takes place in front of you. There's a moment like this evening of knowing that you are all brought together for a particular reason. Vibrationally, you are all connected. You've scripted this. You've put this into action. You've put all of this into place. So why not? Why not take the moments each day to connect with one another, even though they are not next to you? Visualize them. Call them by name. Energetically process yourself into their location and be with them. Allow them to sense you, just as they will process into your location and you begin to sense them. This is the change that is taking place. As the energies continue to increase, the communications will become more silent, but the education and the entertainment that will take place because of this will be much greater, because there is no physical location that is needed. You will be all connected together all the time. It may be a bit crowded, but it will be your existence. And you will understand how to navigate through it. But this is what is coming. You are being prepared for it. So take this time to enjoy the experience. Take this time to connect. This is your experience. This is your existence. This is your humanness. This is what you've chosen to do.
Thank you for that. Apparently, we have one last question. Charlie?
It's kind of irrelevant because every question you answered before Enoch, and that's why I'm asking him out loud. Why did I receive the answer before he expressed it? Because that's why I started doing this. I started doing literally bam, the answer, and he just elaborated.
It is the vibration that you are connected to. It is the divine vibration. It is the one vibration. For each and every one of you, you are understanding a vibration that is being brought to you, and it is the divine source. It is where you have begun. It is where this journey began and will continue on into the future. It is the one, the source, the God, whatever name you wish to put upon it. It is the one energetic source. You are merely but a spark of it. You are merely but just a piece of it. This is why it is important to collectively connect with one another energetically as well as physically. For when you connect the multiple pieces together, you become a collective source of the divine. That is where your divine change comes from. So to have an understanding that you understood the words before they are spoken, it is because the vibration has processed through you before it has processed to the words that you hear. This is how communication will begin. Each and every one of you will begin to understand the vibrations before they are spoken. The words will be processed, and you will have a greater understanding of where it has come from.
And whether it's true or not.
This is correct. You will understand the divine vibration by which each word is processed, and you will understand from a divine source within whether it is the purest form of information.
Thank you so very much for being present with us this evening.
As always, the collective is here for your information, knowledge, love.